Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, on the sidelines of the second day sessions of Story of a Nation conference between vision and achievements of the conference 2023, Nile TV's senior correspondent Rana Qasas held an interview with the Minister of Communication, Dr. Talaat, on Egypt's digital transformation.
Minister of Communication and Information Technology, Dr. Talaat, a very good day, and of course, dear Minister, on the sidelines of a nation story, a very important conference taking place here in Egypt, in Mesa Hotel, at the new administrative capital. And of course, we just left the session now, and you added a lot of value to today and the session, and you had a very important speech. And of course, commenting on your speech, I'm going to be telling you after you tell us about the 4 main axes that you discussed during your speech.
Thank you very much for hosting me, and thank you for the kind words, and of course, all due respect to your spectators. Indeed, it is a very important conference that has taken place yesterday and again today, and will continue tomorrow as well. I had the honor of participating in a session with my dear colleague, the Minister of Agriculture. The reason for choosing the agriculture and information technology is that the government of Egypt believes these are 2 very promising sectors for creating jobs, for boosting Egypt's exports. During the session, I presented the strategy that we've been pursuing during the past few years, and will continue, inshallah, forward. The strategy to build digital Egypt. The strategy constitutes 4 pillars or work streams that we are working on in parallel and simultaneously. The first is the digitalization of various authorities and government agencies and ministries in order to render government services and entitlements to our citizens in a digitalized, well-governed and easy fashion. We've been starting this process since 2016. All the databases within the government have been unified, and we built a platform to offer now around 170 government services that are fully digitalized. The second pillar was the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure. And we presented to the audience, of course headed by His Excellency the President, the efforts that has been made in both the international digital infrastructure and the domestic one. Egypt is one of the very few countries where the data between the East and West, more than 90% of the data between the East and West passes through Egypt's soil and waters. Hence, it was extremely important to upgrade the infrastructure, the submarine cables, and the domestic network that transfers the data between East and West. This has been completed within the past few years, and there is more effort to be executed in this respect. Also, the domestic infrastructure, the fixed broadband and the mobile services has witnessed substantial investments in the past few years, and the average speed of the fixed internet has been multiplied by 10 since we started back in 2017. The third pillar and the cornerstone of the minister's strategy, is the human development and training of various, I would say, categories of our youth and citizens. We have a strategy across the spectrum of citizens of training on various disciplines and specializations of the ICT industry. This, in turn, has qualified Egypt as a major destination for international companies to offshore their business out of Egypt. I presented some of the initiatives, the training initiatives and human capacity efforts that we are executing. The fourth, and I wouldn't say last pillar, is to forge an ecosystem conducive to entrepreneurship and creativity. We started with 3. Now we have around 25 digital centers, what we call Creativa centers, digital innovation centers that serve as incubators and training centers for startups. I ended my presentation with a few figures where I presented that the sector, the ICT sector in Egypt has been the fastest growing sector during the past 6 years with a growth rate of around 16%.
Perfect, sir. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, at the end of your speech, made clear and emphasized on the fact that we have to work on our youth and our graduates to work on the idea of information technology and to be a means of employment here in Egypt. Instead of looking to other universities that we go, and I even mentioned that we can make it as a certificate at the end. So, and he emphasized also on the fact that if when it comes to money or any financial expenses, when it comes to telecommunication, he doesn't have any problem about this, and he would be spending anything on this because this is the future of Egypt in every way. How do you see this could be implemented as soon as possible?
Indeed, there has not been one time where I've sought additional financial resources from His Excellency the President, and I was denied these resources. He is fully aware of the projects and the efforts that are taking place in the ICT sector and follows up intensely on every step of each and every initiative. Definitely what the President has remarked at the end of the presentation will be under close scrutiny and thorough study to be implemented very soon, inshallah.
Thank you very much, and we hope when you implement it as soon as possible. We as media, as he mentioned, we have to know to make it wide and a word of mouth and take it from here to be somehow a university. Do you think one day that graduates can come out of and have their own certificates and work based on the ICT?
We already have a university that we established in 2019, the first university specialized in ICT, Egypt University of Informatics. What His Excellency the President has assigned me to study and implement is further certification for trainees, and this is what we will start immediately to study and put forward, inshallah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with our second topic today in the breakfast show. Well, the foreign relations between Egypt and other countries of